Okay, so this is video 2. We did a drop-down list. Now we're going to work on a couple other modifications that we can do to this box. So, like I said, these warnings that keep popping up, you can ignore those. They'll take care of each other themselves when we export. The green doesn't really work, so let's go to a red color for the outline for that box. Now, some other things that we could do, if we right-click on this box, again, go down to Palettes, now click on Accessibility. So this is kind of an interesting one. For screen reader precedence, if you select Tooltip, and then in this box of Tooltip, you could enter a phrase or something. So I'm going to say, remember to enter a value, basically to remind the students that they have to enter something here. So we change the color, and we now have this tooltip in the accessibility. So if we go to preview, so what we see here, now we have that red outline, and when we hover our cursor over that box, we get that reminder menu, value to say, to tell the students that they got to do something there. So we can use that in any number of ways. You be creative with this, how you want to formulate your work product here, your assignment for your students. Go back to design. So another thing that we could do here, if you right click again, these actions, and these are kind of interesting. So we can have things happen when certain functions are performed upon this box. So if you go to add action, so the condition, when it's initialized, entered, exited, changed, text is selected. So you can use this basically to help your students as much or as little as you want. So let's say one is entered. Actually, let's get rid of that. When an object, and we want and there it is, line 7. So when it's entered, and we could say all sorts of different things can happen. If it's not a drop-down menu, then it's basically you have free reign. So if it's just a blank item and they have to enter a number that they come up with and they don't have a multiple choice, you can have it set up. And actually, let's do that. So let's change this back to a text field. So there's no drop-down menu now, and we can see that. So they have to enter something, and they have to come up with that number themselves. So back to design. So actions, add action. When line 7, now we have this. So when line 7 is, and let's say the correct answer is 5,000. So when line 7 is 5,000, we could have all sorts of things happen. Let's say, let's do show a message box. And we want the following message to be correct. Good work. Success is the title, and let's have, just that's a good icon. So, okay. So go to preview. Let's type in 5,000, hit enter, and now we see this correct, good work. So tells the students that they did it correctly. And so it's kind of it's an interesting tool to not only encourage the students, but give them a little guidance. So, with accounting, we know that sometimes you need checksums because there's so many calculations that kind of build off of each other that if you get one thing wrong, early on, nothing for the whole rest of the problem is going to work right. So letting them know that they got something right, as opposed to just saying, okay, this is the number, figure out how to get there. But if they get there and they know that it's correct by using something like that, then it's effectively as good as a checksum, but it makes them, kind of forces them to do a little bit more work. So a couple little new tools that you could use in this video, and stay tuned for the next one, and we'll work with a few more things that we can play with here. Thanks.